This is the third and final video in this series on, it's kind of an introduction to MIDI drums in Ableton. So at this point you should have, in video one I showed you how to program your boots and cats beat, and then I showed you how to do a fill, and then in the last video we talked about loading your own kits into 2 additional MIDI tracks and programming some of your own beats. So in this video I'm going to show you how to take this MIDI information and record it as audio files inside Ableton, and then I'll show you how to export everything to an MP3 format so you can turn it in. So first of all, choose one of your MIDI files that you want to turn into audio. We'll do this for both, but I'll just do one at a time. So the first one I'm going to turn into audio will be this 909 core kit pattern. And I've got it labeled as 1 right now. So these 2 audio tracks that have just been kind of sitting over here on the side right now, we're going to actually use those now when we're converting this MIDI data into audio data. And if you accidentally deleted those, to get those tracks back, just go to Create and Insert Audio Track, or the shortcut is Command T on that. Okay. So first of all, we need to tell this audio track what it's recording, and you can see right about in the middle here it says audio from, and right now it's saying external in, and in fact you can see that little green light going up and down. It's recording, or it's at least listening to audio from the microphone built into my laptop right now. So we need to change that because I want it to listen to this 909 core kit. So right here where it says external in, I'm going to click on that, and you'll go down the list and you'll see there's the 909 core kit. So that's what I would like to record. And then next thing you want to do is actually record enable that track. So we're going to click on this bottom button, and that doesn't turn the recording on. It just kind of wakes up this track so that it is now officially listening to whatever you have the audio from set to. So now we'll just do a little quick check to make sure that that audio is coming in. So I'll push play on this. I'm going to go ahead and hit stop on this one so that only this one's highlighted. And you can see, here's my audio signal right here, and it's coming in. I can see it's coming gray on this one, so I know I'm getting a signal. I'm going to go ahead and stop. So that's a good sign. Now I'm ready to record. So when you're ready to record, you'll push tab and go to this other screen here. This again is your edit window. And you'll see this is our audio track that we just were on right here, and the record enable button is highlighted there. So what you want to do is this little blue glowing cursor, that'll be where the recording actually starts, and so I want to put that back to the very beginning of my file here. And then up top, this circle button right here is your record button. And let me turn off, I think I've got the count off turned on right now. Let's see. Okay, so go ahead and just hit record, and you'll see some things coming across the screen. You can see this is the MIDI information for your beat on the MIDI track, the 909 track, and then here's the audio form. So I'm going to go ahead and hit stop, and you can just let that run a couple times just to make sure that we're getting a few cycles of that beat coming through. And this is pretty cool because you can see the difference between the MIDI data, which is again just telling like which drum when it's supposed to hit. I'll zoom in a little bit on this. And that looks just like your your MIDI pattern that you edited to begin with in the first place, right? And then this is what the actual audio from those produced sounds looks like. So it's cool to see that correlation between those two. So that's one track converted from MIDI to audio. Now we need to do the other one. So I'll go back to the other screen. Again, just push tab. And we need to now route this 2020 Vision kit into our other audio track. So again, how to do that is go to audio from, click on that, find your kit that you're recording, and then make sure and record enable that track. And let's go ahead and push play. Okay. And I'm seeing a few things coming in right now. Let me just explain that what's going on with that. When I push play, it actually was playing the tail end of this thing that I had already recorded, right? And the reason why is because if you see where my glowing blue line is, it's right there, right? So when we record this next little bit, I'm going to move this over just a little bit so that it is going to record. We'll leave a little bit of a gap there, and then it will record this next beat, kind of starting. We'll go right there. How about? So let's push play one more time. And you can see, let me just show you this real quick. So you can see right now that my levels are coming in red, in the red over here. And that means that it's coming out a little bit too hot out of my drum set, right? So before I record this, I'm going to turn down this drum set just a little bit so that I'm no longer getting those red lights. So it's just coming in gray. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit stop now. So that's one thing to kind of look for. Sometimes some of these drum sounds and some of these drum kits are pretty hot levels coming right out of them, right out of the gate, especially if you've got a bunch of hits coming on at the same time. And so you might need to turn down the output of your drum set just a little bit, just so you don't overdrive the audio track a little bit. So that's all good to go. We've got signal, so I'm going to come back to this screen. And again, just double check that your record light's on the right track, your blue light's in the right place, and then I'm going to hit record. And again, you'll see it's making your audio track as it lays down your MIDI track at the same time. And we'll stop that. Okay, so that's all you need to do. That's creating your recording your MIDI data as audio data. So now how to turn this in. There's two files that I want from you. First of all, we need to export all of this as an MP3 file. And that's just a audio file type that we'll be talking more about in the future. So to do that, first of all, just select the area that you want to export. And it doesn't matter which track you select on. What we're really concerned about is the time frame here. So it's going to export from here to here. Okay. And make sure you've got both of your waveforms and that they're not on top of each other, that they're in their own spaces like this. Then go over here to File and go to Export Audio and Video, and it'll bring up this little menu here. And there's lots of different ways that you can export things and lots of different things you can do on the export. For now, I'm just going to say have everything turned off except for encode MP3. That's the only thing that we want out of this file. And then you will click on Export. And then this is really important. Again, your window might be like this, might be the little one. Just click on this little arrow to expand so you get a better view of your computer. And we're looking for, on locations on the side here, you'll see your audio student drive where you created your folder here. I'm on my laptop right now, so I don't have those locations, but so let me get to my location that I'm going to put this at real quick. Okay, so I just created this audio student demo folder, and that's where I'm going to export this file to. And then save as. Oh, that's funny. Save as, make sure you name this. So this will be like my name and underscore MIDI drums. And then again, make sure that you've got the location that it's going to go to clearly so you can find it later. And then we'll hit save, and it will export. It should be a pretty quick process. Should just take a couple seconds because this is really short. And then go ahead and push Command S and Command Q to exit out of your Ableton. Now, to turn this assignment in, you're going to actually need to go to Canvas, and you'll click on the link for this assignment. I don't have this uploaded yet, but just look to your assignments and you'll see the MIDI drums coming up here. The two files that you need to upload for this assignment, there are two that you need to upload, are the MP3 file and the .als file. Okay, the .als file is the one that you've been clicking on to open up your project here. It's that little black, looks like a black piece of paper that's got a dog ear on it with some colors on it. And the MP3 file is looks like this. It's a square with just some notes on it, and it'll say .mp3 on it. So those are the two files that you need to submit for this assignment. And by the way, the MP3 is just an audio file that I can just play on any computer or phone or whatever. The ALS file, what that allows me to do is open up your project so I can look inside and just see the work that you've done inside Ableton too. So most of the projects that we do in this class, I'll be wanting that ALS file and an MP3 file of some kind. That's it for this assignment. Good luck with everything, and if you have any questions, of course, just email me at ryanc@ffchs.org.